Have you ever noticed how silence hurts more than words? One day she's there, soft voice, sweet texts, warm energy, and then nothing. No replies, no calls, just emptiness. You start checking your phone every few minutes, trying to figure out what went wrong. But here's the truth. When a woman pulls away, it's not a signal for you to chase. It's a test of how much control you have over yourself. Because your reaction in that silence defines everything that comes next. So today, I'll show you exactly what to do when a woman distances herself and ignores you. How to turn that pain into power and make her rethink everything. Stay till the end because the last point will show you how to build a mindset that makes you unshakable no matter who walks away. Let's begin. Step 1. Don't break the silence, master it. You ever notice how silence can feel heavier than words? It's strange. One moment she's laughing at your texts, sending cute replies, keeping the conversation alive, then suddenly nothing. No explanation, no closure, just space, cold space. That space is where most men lose control. They panic, they text, they call, they try to fix it, because silence to them feels like rejection. But here's something most men never understand. Silence isn't rejection, it's a test. When she pulls back, she's not always walking away. Sometimes she's checking your emotional strength. She wants to see if you'll crumble, chase, or stand still in your calm. And your reaction, not your words, tells her everything she needs to know about the kind of man you are. See, when you break the silence, you give away your power. You tell her, "I need your attention to feel okay." And that's the quickest way to lose respect. But when you hold your ground, when you stay quiet and composed, you speak a language most men never learn, the language of self-worth. Here's the psychology behind it. Attraction fades. When predictability grows, if she knows you'll always respond, always chase, always show up, there's no tension left. But when she pulls back and you don't, her mind starts spinning. Why isn't he reacting? Did I lose him? Your silence forces her to feel what your words couldn't. It makes her question her choices. That's why silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. It's restraint. It's emotional confidence disguised as distance. So when she ignores you, don't fill the silence with explanations or apologies. Fill it with purpose, with your gym routine, with your goals, with your peace. Let her wonder where your attention went. Let her realize your silence isn't empty. It's full of self-respect. Because when you stay silent with intention, she hears everything. Step 2. Stop trying to control the damage. Control yourself. Let's be honest, rejection hurts, especially when it's quiet. You feel this itch to fix it, to reach out, to say something that will make her respond. You tell yourself, maybe if I just explain, she'll understand. But that's not clarity talking, that's fear. The more you chase clarity from someone who's avoiding you, the more power you hand them. You start living in their silence instead of your own peace, and that's the real damage. Or not her pulling away, but you losing yourself trying to hold her close. The real power isn't in control, it's in self-control. Every time she ignores you and you resist the urge to react, you train emotional discipline. You build strength most people never touch. Because while your mind screams, "Do something," your calm whispers, "Wait." This is where the shift happens. You stop being a man chasing approval and start being a man grounded in his worth. You stop reacting and you start observing. She might expect you to reach out. She might be waiting for your message to feed her ego. But when you don't, when you stay focused on your purpose, the gym, your work, your peace, she starts feeling that absence. An absence, when handled right, becomes attraction. Here's the thing. Women notice when your energy changes. They feel when your attention isn't chasing them anymore. That silence you create, it's not a void, it's a mirror. It forces her to see what she's missing. You don't need to fight for her attention. You need to fight for your composure. That's what separates men who lose control from men who command it. So next time you feel the urge to fix things, pause. Take that energy and reinvest it into yourself, because self-control isn't about her. It's about you protecting your peace, no matter who walks away. Step 3. The law of reverse attention. Here's a strange truth about people. They notice what disappears. It's not what you give that grabs attention. It's what you stop giving. When you stop chasing, texting, or seeking validation, your energy shifts, and that shift doesn't go unnoticed. When your attention becomes rare, it becomes valuable. It's like scarcity in psychology. The less available something is, the more people want it. Women are emotional creatures. They feel energy before they understand it. When your energy pulls back, she senses it instantly. At first, she might act like she doesn't care. She might even post more, seem happier, talk to others. But deep down, she feels that gap, the space your attention used to fill. And that space starts to bother her more than she'll ever admit. She starts asking herself questions she can't answer. Why isn't he reaching out? Did I mess this up? Has he moved on? See, the law of reverse attention isn't about playing games. It's about understanding emotional gravity. When you withdraw your focus from her and redirect it to yourself, you shift who holds the power. You stop orbiting around her emotions and pull her back into yours. You don't need to prove anything through words. Your silence, your focus, your growth, they do the talking. But here's the secret. This works only if your detachment is real. You can't fake peace. You have to actually let go. Because when she feels that you're genuinely okay without her, that's when curiosity turns into attraction. So don't post to get her attention. Don't pretend to move on. Actually move on. She'll feel the difference. Every woman does. That's the law of reverse attention. Stop chasing what's leaving and it'll start finding its way back. Step 4. Reinvent yourself in her absence. When she disappears, don't chase her shadow. Build your light. Most men waste weeks replaying old memories, scrolling through her posts, wondering where things went wrong. But the truth is, every disconnection is a message. It's time to reconnect with yourself. Her silence isn't punishment, it's space. And in that space, you get to decide who you'll become next. Think of it this way. She walked away from the man she knew, but that doesn't mean she'll recognize the man you'll become. Use that gap to transform. Hit the gym, upgrade your look, read something that challenges you. Do things that remind you of your strength, because nothing shakes a woman more than realizing the man she left is now 10 times better. Not bitter, just better. When you rebuild in silence, you build mystery. When you reappear stronger, calmer, more grounded, it forces her to reevaluate everything she thought she knew about you. She'll start thinking, did I give up too soon? Why does he seem happier without me? That's the moment attraction reignites. Not because you tried, but because you grew. But let's make one thing clear. This isn't about revenge or making her jealous. It's about peace. It's about building yourself into a man whose worth doesn't depend on anyone's validation. So when she distances herself, don't chase closure. Create clarity through growth, your silence, your energy. Let her absence be your motivation. Let your progress be your answer. Because the truth is simple. Sometimes losing her is exactly what it takes to find yourself. Sometimes silence feels cruel. It plays with your thoughts. It makes you question your worth. But here's the truth. Most people never realize. And silence doesn't always mean the end. Sometimes it's a mirror showing you how much you depend on others for peace. And the day you stop chasing, the day you stop begging for answers, that's the day you finally meet your strongest self. Because the moment you stop trying to control what's leaving, you start attracting what's meant to stay. So if she's distant right now, let her be. Focus on what's in your control, your emotions, your growth, your calm. Because the right woman, she'll never make you question your worth. And the wrong one, she's just a lesson wrapped in silence. If you found peace in this message, share it. Someone out there needs to hear it tonight. And remember, your silence doesn't mean weakness. It means you've learned to value your energy.